Braca, 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 braca. Hope all is well with everyone. Excuse me as I try to figure this out. Oh, there we go. And click go live. We got 1 hour. All right, on Instagram. We're going to finally post everything on Instagram while we'll be on YouTube and Facebook Meta at the same time. So welcome Instagram. Y'all get to chillax with us on the mission. All right, we're going to talk about the God I, just like in what you call it? Fast and the Furious. All right. But FedEx is helping the feds, the CIA, and anybody else, that want to, what's it called? Control you, manipulate you into what they want you to do. So Instagram, we're glad to have y'all up here. Y'all get to chillax and party with us now. At least for an hour. That's as long as, Instagram gonna do. But that's better than 10 minutes. All right. So let me not waste any more of your time. And let's get it popping. Now, just like in Eagle Eye, they was using cell phones to get whoever they wanted to get and watch whoever they wanted to watch. And you used to could say, well, poor people, they ain't going to waste no money and resources on us. Well, that's a lie. If you got the power of the Most High, you're definitely going to be watched and trained or try to be trained into what they want you to do. But don't take my words for it.
Welcome once again to Leto's Law. Here's Steve Leto.
There'll be a brief ad at the end of this video. Now, we are living in a surveilled society. We're under surveillance all the time, and it ain't getting better. It's getting worse. You might go, Steve, how could it get worse? Well, how your FedEx driver is helping cops spy on you. That's the headline from the Daily Mail. Alex Hammer wrote this, but widely reported, including the Forbes magazine and elsewhere, that FedEx is now working with the police, using cameras to keep an eye on you and me. FedEx is using AI-powered cameras installed on its trucks to help aid police investigations, a new report has revealed. The popular firm has partnered with a $4 billion surveillance startup based in Georgia called Flock Safety. Flock Safety. You might say, Steve, I've heard of that name before, Flock. Have you mentioned it before? Why, yes, I have. They specialize in automated license plate recognition and video surveillance, and they already have a fleet of around 40,000 cameras across 4,000 cities in 40 different states. So much of the country already is being surveilled by Flock cameras being used by various governmental authorities. FedEx has teamed up with the company to monitor its facilities across the U.S., but under the deal, it's also sharing its Flock surveillance feeds with law enforcement. And it is believed to be one of 4 multi-billion-dollar private companies with this arrangement, which is leading critics to liken the move to rolling out a mass surveillance network, as it emerged that some local police forces are also sharing their Flock feeds with FedEx. So everybody's watching everybody and sharing the information with everybody. A policy analyst with the ACLU told the Virginia Pilot, there's a simple principle we've always had in this country, which is that the government doesn't get to watch everybody all the time just in case somebody commits a crime. These cameras are being deployed with such density that it's like GPS tracking everyone. In response to Forbes' report that FedEx is part of Flock's surveillance system, he told the outlet it raises questions about why a private company would have privileged access to data that normally is only available to law enforcement. He went on to bill it as a profoundly disconcerting concept. Now, the safety cameras are used to track vehicles by their license plates, as well as the make, model, and color of the cars. Other identifying characteristics are also monitored, such as dents and even bumper stickers. And that is, of course, about the cameras that are, set up all around places that pick up traffic. A staff attorney at the Electronic Frontier Foundation warned that FedEx's participation could prove problematic because private firms are not subject to the same transparency laws as cops. This, she told Forbes, could leave the public in the dark while at the same time expanding a sort of mass surveillance network. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office in Tennessee confirmed its partnership with Flock in an email to Forbes. We share reads from our Flock license plate readers with FedEx in the same manner we share the data with other law enforcement agencies locally, regionally, and nationally. Now, you'll notice there's a word in there that doesn't belong there. He says we share the reads with FedEx in the same manner we share the data with other law enforcement agencies. And of course, FedEx is not a law enforcement agency, so why would they be listed that way? But he also confirmed his department had access to the Flock feeds from FedEx. So he says, look, they give us information, we give them information. Yeah, we're all getting along here. The participation was unmasked after Forbes found the name of the force on publicly available lists of data sharing partners, along with others such as the Pittsburgh Police Department in Indiana, just outside of Indianapolis. Pittsburgh Police Chief reportedly did not comment on why his department is participating, but insisted the force had not requested access to a private system. Only those listed under law enforcement, he said. Now, an assistant chief of Greenwood confirmed its force in Indiana is similarly participating. Memphis Police Department also stated it had received camera feeds from FedEx, but did not confirm if these were provided by Flock. When speaking about networks of license plate readers, a senior staff attorney at the ACLU told Forbes, the scale of this kind of surveillance is just incredibly massive. He went on to describe to the outlet how the warrantless monitoring of citizens was quite horrifying. FedEx declined to answer questions about its partnership with Flock, saying in a statement, we take the safety of our team members very seriously. As such, we do not publicly discuss our security procedures. So they're saying, look, it's to protect our drivers and the packages they deliver. That's my way of interpreting what he just said there. But I'm not sure if that is completely, a good answer here. There's no suggestion that the partnership is illegal, but some critics suggest it is flouting the basic tenets of the Constitution. For now, it is currently unclear just how far-reaching the partnership between law enforcement and FedEx actually is, or how much Flock data is being shared. Forbes also found that FedEx was not alone in doing this. Kaiser Permanente, the largest health insurance carrier in the U.S., is also taking part. The company shares data garnered from Flock cameras with a Northern California Regional Intelligence Center, which works with local and federal police investigations of major crimes across California's West Coast. As part of our robust...
Let's make some sense to this. If you are in a lawsuit, right, and let's say you had the upper hand, you were caught mowing your grass, something around the house you're supposed to do, and you in pain and you do it. And the FedEx truck come by, and they use that camera footage against you. You go to court like, you mean I ain't getting my money? I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. We caught you out here lifting heavy stuff, you know what I'm saying, on such and such day. You like, when the heck y'all do that? Camera.
Security programs. License plate readers are not only an effective visual deterrent, but the technology has allowed us to collaborate with law enforcement within the parameters of the law, a spokesperson confirmed. The technology has also been used in response to warrants and subpoenas, as well as in other scenarios regarding potential or ongoing crimes on the facility's premises, and it has supported the arrest and prosecution of those committing crimes. Cameras are labeled to disclose to passersby they are being filmed, but she declined to comment when asked about where the company had these cameras deployed. Meanwhile, police around the world over the past few years continue to pick up Flock as a partner, with more than 1,800 law enforcement agencies taking part. But that is, again, around the world. Overall, more than 3,000 American communities use Flock technology, only 10 years since the startup began in 2014. The firm today is valued at nearly $4 billion and continues to receive a steady stream of venture capital. A couple of years ago, it raised an astounding $300 million in 7 months, followed by $38 million in February of 23. It uses real-time data to enable and incentivize safer driving. The description on the website says, describing the effort as the world's first fully digital insurance company for connected and autonomous commercial vehicles. Eliminate crime in your community, it also says, and suggests that you could be doing this, for instance, at a grocery store. And, here's the thing. We've talked about this before. There are, traffic cameras, okay? We've talked about these for a long time. Some states have more than others. And, you know, I'm talking about a camera that's parked someplace that is triggered by, like, say, a radar device to indicate whether someone's driving too fast, snaps a picture of your car and your license plate, and they send you a ticket, speeding ticket. They're red light cameras. And you pull up to a light and you don't stop properly, the camera might get triggered, take a photograph of you and your license plate, and send you a ticket. We've also talked about, I don't know, bridges, where instead of having a person taking tolls, they just simply photograph your car as it goes over, and they send you the bill. And so, you know, it's getting more and more common that things like this are out there. But I remember not too long ago them talking about installing these things in a community in Michigan. And they simply said, look, there's this one major...
Baraka, Grand Soul Horizon, Fatima Woodall, Braka, Thora.
Intersection. That's like the heart of this particular community. And they go, so many people go through that intersection that if we simply installed cameras there and recorded every single car that went through in real time, make, model, color, along with the license plate, it would help us fight crime. Because quite often somebody will say, hey, you know, this person just robbed a gas station and they're driving a 1965 blue convertible Impala. Guess what? A 1965 blue convertible Impala just went through this intersection. So now we know which direction they're going, and when they went to the intersection, we can kind of use that to triangulate where they might have headed, right? And you go, okay, I understand that there's uses for it, but do you really want to be tracked every place you go? And the people who make these decisions are supposed to be weighing this stuff, okay? And generally speaking, the Constitution appears to suggest
Braka, G-Ma for Jesus, child of the Most High God. Braka, ATL, J Trill on YouTube.
That when you're fighting crime, you've got to kind of follow the leads, look at the evidence, your suspicions, and then your, you know, I don't know, your probable cause, and start narrowing down, you know, how you're looking for somebody that way. And these dragnet searches, what they call them, that sweep up everybody. Now, it's true that if no one told you that your car was photographed and identified and then logged someplace, you would never know, and it wouldn't actually hurt you. But the fact that they're doing this does raise the issues about Big Brother, okay? And I do think that most people pause when asked, do you want to live in a 100% surveillance state? Everywhere you go, you're being filmed and recorded, documented, and logged as data points. And you'll probably never know about it. It'll probably never affect you, other than the fact that you'll know what's happening. But does that bother you? And I think most people say, yeah, it kind of bothers me. Now, I remember, and I've had this discussion with a good friend of mine, about license plate readers on police cars. Because years ago, they came up with the technology that would allow a police car to be driven through a parking lot. And I realize I can put the technology in other cars, but generally speaking, it's the police. And they drive the car through the parking lot, and it's got these cameras that kind of face sideways, and it picks up the information of all the license plates. It's
boom, perfect example. When I said this myself in 2021, we was right in front of the hotel we was at. We got pulled over, and the sheriff came and said, "Hey, Clark family." So he must have seen my face, like, how the fuck you know that? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you know my name, bro. Like, the old procedure, let me see your license or identification. Then you know my name. Man, you knew my name, the passenger, everybody. I'm like, what? So I ain't thinking about no camera. So I'm like, yo, this is bothering me. Like, how you know my name, bro? I ain't never seen you in my life. He said, oh, yeah, you know, my dashboard tells me everything I need. Oh, your dashboard. Okay. Exactly what he's saying. Now, I talked about that on my one of my teachings. It's in 2021. All right, about this time, June, July, somewhere about this time, and I was just appalled. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I want you to know, I don't know your name until I get your identification, but you already know mine. I ain't with that.
It's being driven past, and it can run the information really, really fast, and they can go, oh, there's a vehicle right there that appears to belong or be connected somehow to somebody with an outstanding warrant. That's interesting information to know. And when I first heard about this, I thought to myself, well, you know something? That's not that big of a deal to me, because a police officer could drive through the parking lot and using his eyes, look at the license plates and then call them in or type them into a machine or whatever he does to run license plates. And I thought, so all the machine does in this situation, the reader, is it allows the officer to run them faster and, in essence, process more of them than he could humanly otherwise in the same amount of time.
See,
but
that sounds harmless till you get an a-hole that is like, don't like a certain kind of people. You know what I'm saying? And like any other day, it becomes annoying. It sounds harmless till you get the wrong hands with the power.
But it's still license plates that are available to be seen by the naked eye. And in the example of a parking lot, it's not at your home, it's in a parking lot. And so it seemed to me, I thought, that's not that bad. It's just the machine making the officer more efficient because he can do more cars that way.
DeAndre,
thought, you know something?
Oh, DeAndre Waller,
I don't see a problem with that.
Grandson.
Now I see the problem. Because no matter what you think technology's limits are, it'll go farther. And I remember a time when data, the storage of data, was such a problem that we all thought, oh, no one would ever sweep up everything because where would you store it all? Oh, it turns out now they've got storage for that. They got storage for that. Not a problem. So the fact that there are, 40,000 cameras across 4,000 cities in 40 different states, sweeping up data continuously, will they run out of storage space? No. Will they ever get that memory full thing? No. And that is the problem. So I have an issue with this, and I find it concerning. But again, there's nothing illegal about it. But unfortunately, FedEx is a company that I've got stuff delivered to me recently by FedEx.
They got cameras everywhere, four corners of the box, the back of it,
we'll put in cameras, and we'll basically connect ourselves to the network, because pretty soon we will live at a point, if nothing stops us, where everywhere you go, you could be on camera being tracked. And don't worry, we'll only use the information under the proper circumstances.
Yeah,
and
right.
We all know what happens, among other things. Think about all the times you've heard of police officers getting in trouble for running the license plates or driver's licenses of people they just felt like looking up. Did it stop in traffic? No. Why are they looking it up? Oh, it's somebody that they're mad at, or it's somebody of the opposite sex they like to get to know better.
Braca, Melanie Lanehard, Holy Spirit-filled sister. What's going on with you?
Oh, you can look up her driver's license, see where she lives, maybe start driving by her house now. See if she likes a man in a uniform. So this to me is a concern.
That's right.
It's where we are right now.
Jay
We'll
Trill.
see if it keeps creeping in that direction. Or
We so
maybe
hot,
can
we
kinda
on
slow it
fire.
down.
They just
Blake
gotta
and a bunch
follow
of other
us.
people sent that.
You
Thanks
right.
a lot. That version's from the Daily Mail by Alex Hammer, but it's reported widely, including in Forbes and the Virginian Pilot. How your FedEx driver is helping the cops spy on you. Questions or comments, put them below. Otherwise, talk to you later. Bye-bye. I told you there'd be an ad at the end of the video, and here we are talking about Factor. Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals right to your doorstep. A team of gourmet chefs create each meal using only ingredients with integrity to help you feel your best all day long. And so down in this corner here, I'm going to show the video of me putting the box on the counter when I got it yesterday, slicing it open, pulling out the meals, putting them in the fridge, putting one in the microwave. I'll cook it on camera. You'll see me cook it on camera. You'll see how little effort goes into this. And the meals taste great. And here's the thing. If you wanted to, you buy a cookbook, buy all the ingredients, go do all the shopping, do all the prep, make yourself all these great meals, and then clean up and think about all the time it takes. Who's got that kind of time? And the other day, I had to leave my house at 10 minutes. I had to leave my house in 10 minutes. And I actually thought, boy.
Hey, TV dinners, rations. We call them in the military. But I'm going to let it play in a little screen.
And it's one of these things, you try it and you do it a couple of times and you're like, wow, this actually is like transformational with your life when you realize that you can get great meals like that in such a short period of time. And they're handy and they're right there for you. So the assortment is also good. I purposely just say, send me an assortment. I'm not going to sit here and pick and choose. I don't want anybody to say, well, Steve, maybe you like the meals you picked. No, I say just send me random meals. So tomato and walnut beef ragu, sun-dried tomato and spinach fusilli, turkey chili and zucchini, grilled pork chop and smoked cheddar cauli grits, 3 bean vegan chili, and the one I'm eating on camera, at least preparing on camera down here, jalapeno lime cheddar chicken. Fantastic meals. And again, I would never make these kind of meals for myself, and I don't have the ability, I don't have the time, and I know darn well if I set out to try to make one of these meals, I'd have to go to the store, buy tons of ingredients, and make a big mess. It would cost a lot of money, and I would deem it not worth my time. But here, it's worth my time. And in fact, I'm kind of surprised that they got it down to 2 minutes. It's kind of like one of those space age promises we were made back in the old days, like, oh, someday we'll all have jetpacks, right? So it's unbelievable. So you get to eat stress-free this summer with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. But also, you can skip the grocery stores, the prep work, the cooking fatigue, all of that, and you get the chef-craft, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. But keep in mind that I just gave you the assortment there of a few meals. They have over 35 meals to choose from each week, and you can also get options like keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and more. And so what I'd urge you to do is go check out their website. Head to factor75.com or click the link below. You can use code LATOSLAW50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders. It's code LATOSLAW50 at factor75.com to get 50% off your first box, 20% off your next month of orders. But you don't have to buy something by going to check it out. I would urge you to go check it out, though. Click on the link and go check it out and see the assortment, the variety, and how you can set these things up. And I'm telling you right now, when I've got these in my fridge, it actually takes a certain amount of stress out of my life, which in the summertime in particular, I like to live stress-free if I can. And knowing I've got these in the fridge, because, otherwise I got to go grocery shopping. And don't get me wrong, I like to go outside and meet people too. But it's so nice to know, there are Factor meals in the fridge, and they're so simple to prepare. It's like somebody actually up.
So we got that. Let me check on our Instagram here. All right. Yeah, we're doing good. Welcome, Collins Jr., James, K. Brown Jr., 81, 202, Murder, Braka, if you don't know Hebrew, that means blessing. Welcome. Shalom is peace. Baraka is Kairis, bless you. Or blessings. I tell nobody to be less in sin to no one, but in order to understand what I'm saying. All right, glad to have y'all. I would just check back over here. We showed that the little advertisement, but the main dish is how they are watching you and how they are tracking you, been tracking you. They decide to just tell us about it. Now, I've always felt like that working at FedEx, and I told you FedEx ain't no good, no way. All right, my whole family, they caused a fight. They thought we were going to act ignorant, and we walked in there with the holy power, and they showed they ASS, and we won the case. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? But they no good over there in Davenport, Florida, FedEx. All right, I put my whole family in there, in-laws. I got one brother-in-law in there holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Matt. They ain't did too much to him. You know what I'm saying? But Gary, He know what I'm talking about. I'm saying, and everybody, Rashawn Kelly, I'm start calling names out here where innocent people, good folks, good Holy Spirit filled folks that believe in the power of the Kairos, yo. Them FedEx niggas is not messing with us. They do us in, slave us, then talk junk about us. But no, they need us though. DC was holding it down. I did everybody's job, even the manager's job, but was getting paid worker pay. Feel me? Yeah. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And how they be having their little cliques over there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't kissing nobody's butt but the Messiah. You heard? And they got a glimpse of that and understood that very well. All right? So nothing happens for no reason. And for no reason, these cats right back up in my doggone platform again because they want to be sneaky like they always be doing. Said, FedEx, y'all got to do better, man. Come on, man. I used to work for y'all, man. God, leave my name attached to you monkeys. All right? And I got a good name out here in these streets in the world. Y'all don't. All right? So, toe tag and piggyback off that, sucker. All right? I ain't got no love for them. You know what I'm saying? The way they did my family, my wife, my son. You know what I'm saying? And my sister. I ain't playing with these cats, man. I tell the truth, bruh. And I don't hold no animosity. Because the Lord told me to walk away, and I was hard-headed with no faith. So guess what the Lord did? Caused me to have a problem with these cats. And from that day on, I ain't never worked a day in my life. You heard me? What I thought was the worst thing in my life that could happen to me. I ain't got no money, nothing. The Lord told me he wanted me to start talking to you people. And that's how all this came about. I was already working and then coming home late, tired in the mug. I still did God business. Y'all gonna see the old videos. I got my FedEx gear on, sweaty, ain't took a shower, coming online talking about the good Lord. I ain't hiding nothing, bruh. But the good Lord wanted me to take his word and bump FedEx. What did I go do? Oh, no, Lord, we got to make money around here. And that's what I get for being faithless, all right? So it ain't always their fault. If I had been listening to the Most High and walked off on their butt like I was supposed to, then all of that wouldn't have happened. So I don't blame them all the way, all right? The Lord said I had some business to do, and I couldn't work and do his bidding at the same time. And I was like, well, make sure you tell my high Sadiddy wife that too, all right? While we talking about it. She ain't trying to hear we ain't got no moolah, baby. All right, so and y'all know the story to that. We went to church, and what happened? I didn't tell her. She came to me like I went to God and told him she got to come to me. I ain't putting that in her head. So glory be to God. This is what y'all got right now today. It was some procedures had to go down, you know what I'm saying? For me to get to where I am right now. Sometimes it was my fault. Most times it wasn't. But either way, I held on to the promise that was reverberating and resonating in me by the Most High and the Holy Great Mother. All right? And this is what you got today. So if y'all like it, okay, cool. If you don't, hey, still cool. All right, you know what I'm saying? But I'm BC the Tishvite, BC the Ivet Root. Thank y'all. Instagram on Hamashiach Productions with a Z. Or you can just type Brother BC, Brother Clark, and it'll come right up on the Instagram there. All right, and one day I'll show you my Instagram page like I did before, you know, but it's not going down right here, right now. But you just put in HAMAIC. Wait, how you spell Hamashiach? HAMASHIACH, and then Productions with a Z on the end. It'll take us straight to my page, all right? Or you can go on my YouTube page, Yahshua Hamashiach, and you can click right into there. It's connected to that page, and you'll find my Instagram, all right? So Collins Jr. or James Collins Jr., Brown K. Jr. and 202 Murder. Thank y'all for coming out, joining us, and hearing the word and whatever happens and helps you out. So we're going to go ahead and cut Instagram. Again, thank y'all for coming out. If you like, share, tell a friend, another friend. We're not preaching to you. We're not trying to convert you to nothing. We're just going to breathe the power of the truth. But what you do with that, that's on you. Ishe, Shalom, Braka. All right, we got that out the way, and now we're going to go back and we're going to end it with Facebook and YouTube on StreamYard. So Meta, Facebook friends and families, Faith, Braka, Stoll, Soul, Grand Soul Horizon. If there's no other further ado of any other comments of teaching or breathing, we're going to go ahead and cut it. Ishe, Shalom.